Yo, man, what's good, everybody, bro? I'm just making sure everything's good, man. Dude, I've been so hyped to talk about One Piece all morning, bro. All morning, man. And then after reading Kingdom, bro, I was like, man, I'm just in the mood to make some videos, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, after that stream yesterday, talking with y'all, man, playing some Call of Duty on some greatness, yo. Like playing some Black Ops 4, yo. What's going on, Hazzy, bro? I was playing Black Ops 4 yesterday while talking about the greatness, man. I was like, dude, I really want to do that again, man. Except this time I want to have the camera on, ready, and I really want to talk about one particular topic in particular. And yesterday we were talking about it a little bit, but I wanted to make an official video today. I reread every chapter that came out this year. So I'm in there. I've got it. I've got the notebook, man, and I've got the results within it, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready, son. We ain't playing today, man. So I've got it ready. We're gonna talk about some One Piece greatness. And so I got my top 10. I still for the top four, from my top four favorite One Piece chapters of the year, they kind of like interchanging. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to do, based on how I feel right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going off with. That just basing off of right now. But yo, when I woke up this morning, man, I was already in a One Piece mood, right? But then I caught back up on Super Mecha Frieza's live reactions to One Piece, and I was like, oh, I'm hyped. I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about some greatness, man. And then I started watching Zoe with Khan, bro, and I was like, all right, now we ready. Now we're ready to talk about the best-selling manga in history. And because we're talking about the best-selling manga in history, it's only right. It's only right that if I'm talking about a goat, I gotta put on a goat shirt. I gotta put on a goat shirt, bruh. If we're talking about the goat, we gotta put on the goat. You feel me, son? We're in there, bro. So yeah. If I start getting hot in this thing, I'm taking it off. No question. If I start getting hot in this thing, I'm taking the thing off, bro. Because listen, man, it's two shirts. So if it starts getting hot, but yo, Cliff, what's good? Smiley, what's good? Good thing I woke up early. Absolutely, great to have you here. Miriam, what's good? My boy Silva, Wanbi, what's going on, man? Sure, Hime-sama, Scarlet D. Killer, we live, coach. You already know. Ah, Lele. Yo, what's going on, NBA 20? Yo, Raymar Football, what's good, bro? Imagine the series so good, you have to make a list of the best chapters, only the GOAT. That's facts. That's facts, yo. And the year's not even over, coach. The year is not even over. So much One Piece greatness for real, Hazzy, man. It's like I say, hey, man, One Piece is heroes pure greatness. Absolutely, Sasaki, bro. Absolutely. Jose says, goat, goat, goat. This man said that in a Steph Curry jersey, though. Oh, man, dude. Yo, hold on, man. I gotta take this shirt off, bro. It's hot. We can't wear like double shirts out here, bro. You be sweating. What? We sweating hard, Skip. I be having to put on a towel, man. Just going in there, bro. But anyways, let's go down the list, man. And if y'all want to put down your lists, that man, I will most certainly read it off, man. If you want to put down your list of your favorite chapters of the year, thus far we're gonna talk about some greatness, bro. So right here, man, in the look at him, bro. Look at the king, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, starting it off, man. This was a really hard list to make. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This was a really hard list to make. So starting off here at number 10, man. At number 10 has gotta be chapter 904. This one, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, is mainly here for the amount of years that I waited to see the Revolutionary Army commanders and the rest of the Revolutionary Army, just period. And actually getting to, actually getting Sabo and Dragon saying their resolve and what they want to do as the Revolutionary Army is to declare war on the world government, or I should say on the Celestial Dragons. Not on the world government, on the Celestial Dragons. So with that being said, and with getting introduced to all the Revolutionary Army commanders, seeing their abilities, and just seeing what they're all about, and seeing them actually go out and free a country, it was really nice, and I really enjoyed that chapter, and I really hope that they do that episode really well, and just based on how seriously they're taking Luffy vs. Katakuri in the anime, just looking at the animation staff and whatnot, and with episodes of Skypiea coming out this month, I know that by the time we get to this string of chapters from like 902 all the way up until like where we are currently in Wano, they're gonna be going like somewhere in the anime. So I'm looking forward to seeing 904 a lot in the anime, but 904 basically has number 10 spot just because I waited so many years to see the Revolutionary Army commanders, and I just could not wait to see them. I could not wait to see them, and it's just it hurts the soul, man. I mean, not hurts the soul, heals the soul. Heals the soul actually seeing, Bello Betty and just going into like swimwear. One of my favorite character designs in the series this far. So number 10 goes to chapter 904. Number 9, yo. Coming in number 9, and I love this chapter. This is how you know this year's full of greatness. When I saw that this was down to number 9, I was like, bro, this year has had some godly stuff, bro. This year has had some goat stuff. Coming in number 9 is chapter 911. Now, this was the first official quote-unquote chapter of Wano. Even though we had seen it in 909, and we had been going into the 910, 911, Luffy arrived, meeting Tama, meeting Tengu, and seeing everything going on there. It was the Adventure On chapter, the Adventure On in the country, in the land of samurai. So, this chapter for me, an extremely emotional chapter. I loved it from beginning to end. It's probably one of my more, no, I can't even say that. That's not fact. If I were to say that would not have been factual. I was about to say it's one of my more reread chapters in out of this year, but I don't think I've reread anything more than the Reverie chapters and 909. Those were reread nonstop. But from an emotional standpoint, 911 really hit home for me. Just seeing this character that I was just introduced to, because usually on the Adventure On chapters, you're either introduced to a mystery of the island, or you're introduced to, a lot of different characters at one point in time, but it never gets like serious right off the bat, and it really gets you emotionally invested. But man, 911 really, really hit me, man. Like, it really, really hit me, and so because of that, I had to put it somewhere on this list. Not only because it was the Adventure On chapter for Wano, but just seeing Luffy's growth, and then of course going on there and seeing Tama as a character, which is already an awesome character in my eyes, thanks to that chapter. So God, it's 911 was fantastic. Coming in number 8, this right here is one of the most hyped chapters, man, and it was ridiculous, bro. When I read this the first time, it's Santa Hat level, man. It's Santa Hat level, bro. Coming in number 8, we got chapter 893, bro. 893, dog. You got Flampe over here. I mean, just Flampe's going in. Alright? But Katakuri doesn't know. My boy Luffy's getting 2-on-1. He's dodging. He's going in like swimwear. My boy's going in. But when Katakuri finds out what Flampe's doing, and then he proceeds to go in and does damage to himself, bro, I said, nah, hold on. Yo, and then it has one of my favorite panels in possibly the whole manga, bro. This man, Katakuri, proceeds to take the jacket that he has on, on some Dennis stuff, man. He has the jacket that he has on, right? He's hype, bro. He's into like swimwear, man. And he's just like, yo, Luffy, bro. He respects him as an equal. After he stabbed himself, the man takes the jacket that he has on and just, in one of my favorite panels, just holds it up like this and drops it on the floor. Yo, that is one of the most hype panels I have ever seen, man. It's GOAT whenever you have to flex and take off the people's jacket. You know what I'm saying? Yo? He just dropped it. That's all he did. He took his jacket and just dropped it on the floor, bro. Like, I don't care what happens to this thing anymore, dog. We're throwing hands now, man. 893 was a spectacular chapter, and as a huge professional wrestling fan, seeing these guys who had just been duking it out and duking it out and duking it out, and then you have interference from another person coming in and attempting to interfere in the match, and then you have one of the people in the match telling them, don't interfere in my match, bruh. And actually, because you interfere in my match, it's like somebody hitting themselves in the head with a steel chair and saying, no, because you inflicted damage upon him, I'm inflicting damage upon myself. And it was just so beautiful, bro. And then just seeing all Flampe and the rest of the of the family like laughing at him after that, and I'm like, man, calling him lame and disgusting after they've been wanting nothing but praise from Katakuri. I just love that chapter, and it just continued to get better and better and better, man. I really like 894, but I feel like 893 just seals the deal. And then exactly what Cliff said, bro. Then directly after that, you get Katakuri saying, it's okay, don't worry about them. They won't be able to handle what happens next anyway. They won't be able to handle what happens next anyway. And then he lets out his hockey, bro, and everyone's knocked out. Everyone is knocked. Yo, dude, I'm telling you, that chapter is just it's one of the most awesome, straight up just manly chapters I've ever read, man. It was godly, and I can't wait to see all that stuff in the anime. They've been handling the Conqueror's King hockey scenes really, really well in the anime, but by God Almighty, man, how the anime shows the Conqueror's hockey as like an R similar to Film Z, that would be sick. That'd be sick. And it just those two characters, bro. And the amount of respect that Katakuri had for him, and then he proceeded to flipping. He just say, "Don't worry about them. They won't be able to handle it. They can't handle it, bro." So that was awesome sauce. So 893 comes in at number 8. I'm telling you, man, this was really hard. Like, there was so many great chapters coming in back to back to back to back, and whenever I look back on it, I was like, "Is this really right here?" It's like, and a couple other years, man, this would have been much higher, but it just that's how good this year has been. So coming in number 7, this is a chapter that I'm surprised is not in the top 5. Actually, the next 2 I'm surprised are not in the top 5, but the thing is my top 5 is just it's really hard for me to put anything above those chapters. You know what I'm saying? It was great. It's Toei. I just want a good animation for that fight. I think they're gonna go all out, man, for Luffy versus Katakuri. At least for the main parts of the fight. I think the beginning, the introduction portions of the battle, them first starting to duke it out, and then towards the end, like from 893 to 896, I do believe that they will most certainly be putting all out into that. I'm gonna swear you're my best YouTuber. Your passion towards OP is great. I really appreciate that, Jamal, man. I really, really do appreciate it, bravo. I always love your Rayleigh profile picture, man. Thank you for the compliment, man. I really do appreciate it. So here we have, man, number 7, bro. Now, number 7. See, it was tough, bro. It was tough because I wanted to go with this spot being either the chapter before this or this chapter. But then I thought about it and I said, which one made me think more and which one made me just lose my sanity more? And this one broke my ankles. So coming in number 7 is chapter 906. I was gonna go with 905 and put 906 a bit higher, but then I remember another chapter I really, really loved, and I had to push everything else down on the list. So, and then I had to leave out, because I didn't want to leave out the Revolutionary Army chapter. I really love 905, because 905 had the Shirahoshi looking out in that beautiful panel, you know, seeing Garb again and getting introduced to all of the new kings and whatnot. But 906, man. 906, the hat, bro. It's the hat. Not only is it the hat, bro, but in the midst of all of this, in the midst of Dofi being an assassin is being sent to Doflamingo, bro. But in the midst of all this, you have this weird little creature. This is still the spookiest panel I think I've ever seen, bro. This man goes up in Luxembourg, opens up the Fallout Vault, man. He's opening up Vault like 159, man. Just whoosh. And then, boom, bro, just that page alone, we speculated like years upon years upon years of speculations and theories. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so many theories in my life, bro, after that chapter, man. People were speculating that was Luffy's mother, that was Luffy's ancestors, Joy Boy. I mean, I saw everything, bro. I saw the Ice King from flipping Adventure Time, and I saw everything on here, dog. And I was like, what is going on? Like, who is this dude, bro? Of course, we know who it is now. But at the time, I was like, what in the flying flag nards? And then setting up to that, it was like, look, man. Let me just go back. I gotta go back and go through this chapter with y'all just one more time and just skipping through it, bro, or skimming through it, because this chapter is it's 906 greatness, man. Let me right here you go, bro, and then. Starting off the chapter with the Holy Land, bro. When you start off the chapter with seeing something that we had been wanting to see the whole series, because, you know, during Jaya, we had seen our first glimpse at the palace where most of them reside in, and seeing like the invasions and the Shichibukai there and whatnot. It was really cool, and we every time that we go back and we see the Mighty Joe, we always get to see it through the Gorosei's eyes, seeing what they're doing and whatnot, but we've never actually seen the full-on Mighty Joyce. So whenever we actually get to see it, it's how amazing everything looked, man, and seeing it all through Shirahoshi's perspective, it was really, really nice. Going on there, that one slave panel destroys me. I'm looking at it right now. That slave panel absolutely decimated me, bro. Seeing Charlos again, I wanted him to get punched in the face so bad. The moment that I saw him, that just shows how much, Oda really made me despise that man, bro. And, just more building up into it. And then Vivi and Rebecca, man, and God, dog. It's greatness, bro. I mean, like when you have all of that together in one chapter, like you have, Luffy's harem coming in like swimwear. They're talking about my boy, dog. Then you have Sai coming in. You got Wapol returning. You got my boy, my main man Dalton. You got Koreha rocking the chopper shirt. And then in the midst of all of this, where we go down to Impel Down, this man, Doflamingo, and I quote, states, "Have they arrived the assassin from up there? Did they send an assassin here to shut me up? In order to prevent me from telling anyone about the secret treasure hidden in Mighty Joyce? Foo, foo, foo. Isn't it fine to reveal what it is already? Power degrades quickly anyway. It rots away in no time at all. Foo, foo, foo." Two bounty posters walking up, and the giant straw hat, man. I just remember being so dumbfounded and my ankles, it felt like I was playing Allen Iverson one-on-one, man. I mean, my ankles were on the floor, bro. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, and it was such a good chapter, first of all, seeing the princesses coming together and talking with each other was so cool for me, man. And the fact that they kept putting respect on the king's name. They kept putting respect on the king's name, bro, and then they would all come together. And just seeing Vivi, Rebecca, and flipping Vivi, Rebecca, and Shirahoshi all coming together and being able to talk about my boy Luffy, man, and just having them all together, Luffy's harem coming together, and then seeing all these wonderful characters returning all the way back from the beginning parts of the Grand Line during the Baroque Works saga and Drum Island and Alabasta and whatnot, man. But God, bro, after those final 2 pages. It's just, this is one of those chapters that I always say it's enhanced by the weekly One Piece experience, because I don't know how it's going to feel. I'm going to have to see like how somebody would react to this binging it, because binging it, I can imagine like how ridiculous this all must be whenever you're binging through it. And I'm realizing that now, catching up to Uzumaki-Kan's reactions, because I've been reading weekly for so long. Like rewatching it with him and actually getting to see like how a person would see this through a binging experience, it's a much different type of thing, right? So Reverie to me is extremely special because of the weekly experience and because we were able to speculate and theorize and go on other people's channels, channel hop, go in the flipping comments section and just talk and see what everybody's thinking about this and what is Giant Straw Hat, who did it belong to, and that type of stuff. So great stuff, and that's why it comes in here at number 7, man. It was a really, really good chapter, and it was madness, absolute madness, man. Now these next 2 are hard. These next 2 are really, really hard, because one of them is the most hype chapter for me of Whole Cake Island, and the other one is my favorite chapter of Whole Cake Island. Probably. I'd have to think about it. But it destroyed me, and it was in a way that Oda did it. So I had to choose. I was like, which one do I want to put on here, man? Because either one of these could have been much higher. I couldn't put it higher than the top 4. But coming in number 6, man, this chapter right here is probably going to be the chapter that one of the chapters I'm looking forward to seeing how it gets animated the most. It has probably my favorite Luffy attack aside from the jet pistol, guys. I'm talking about the Gomu Gomu no Black Mamba, man. Coming in at number 6. The 895 greatness. This chapter was straight up grown men throwing hands for 19 pages, bro. That's it. Straight up throwing hands for a good 19 pages, bro. And it's all I needed. Bro. It had the godly Katakuri panel that had him like coming out like Frankenstein coming out of the ground, man, with the one eye showing. Woo! Like, listen, man, I loved me the Grizzly Magnum. I love the Grizzly Magnum. I loved the Red Hawk panel. I loved the initial, a lot of Luffy versus the Flamingo panels. I probably put those would be really tough. I love the King Kong panel, the King Kong gun panel a lot. But just seeing the way that Oda did all of that in the beginning of 907 was so freaking beast to me, man. Snake Man, dude. Like, it just made me feel like a kid again because I was like, yo, I really want to use this form in a video game. It's like whenever you watched a Dragon Ball episode and you see like Goku going SSJ3 or being like, oh, what is this? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Like, you see like this new transformation and you want to use it in the game. That's how I felt about Snake Man, I was like, bro, just let me use this in a form in a game. And it was the way that Oda was repping the feats and how he was showcasing the feats, man. This man Carter Curry was straight up just watching the thing go right here, and then it goes behind him because every single attack is a culverin basically. Bah! Nailed the right in the face. And I'm like, all right. And then he pulls out the Jet Culverin. He pulls out the Gomu Gomu no Black Mamba, and then the King Cobra, bro. Like, how do you end a chapter on that? How do you end a chapter on two goats about to come under and clash, man? Excellent chapter. Yet another one of those chapters that I remember staying up all night for, and even when I was sleep deprived, I had a lot of energy. Because that's just what One Piece does. Even Future Sight, exactly, has he, bro. The Future Sight couldn't even do nothing against it, man. It was just such a great chapter, and the build up from all the way from chapter 878 up until that moment was just so good, so good. And actually getting to see the Snake Man after that entire week of waiting and seeing how fast it is, man, because we've been theorizing on what it could be and what it could pull off, but just the unpredictable attacks, the way the Carter Crew was still handling business, it was great because it wasn't like Luffy was overpowering him. It was now they were on, they were on equal ground, and I loved that chapter so much. 895 greatness, man. So that comes in here at number 6, the 6-star classic, and it was really hard because I really wanted to include 896 somewhere on this list too because I really love 896. Sadly, it's not on this list. 896 is a really good chapter as well. With Luffy putting the hat on top of the head, and beautiful chapter, and it is the true conclusion to that. And with Katakuri, yeah, telling him like, are you still planning on coming back and whooping Big Mom? He's like, of course, I'm the man's gonna be a pirate king. And he tells him, you're looking too far into the future, bro. Falls back. I mean, beautiful. 896 is great, but it's not on the list. So coming at number 5 is a chapter that means a lot to me. And I really, like I said, guys, there's a couple chapters that I really want to put higher. And I know this chapter right here, I really wanted to have in the top 3. Yesterday it wasn't my top 3, but whenever I went back and I reread a lot of the chapters, I said I gotta put it right here in this slot. It's such a good chapter, and it was so tough for me not to put it higher, man. But coming in number 5 is chapter 902, the final chapter of Whole Cake. Aside from Sanji versus Luffy, and but I don't think anything else. I think Sanji versus Luffy and this chapter, my 2 favorite chapters of Whole Cake, and then 895. Like I have to really think about it. There's just a lot of good chapters in Whole Cake, but 902. My favorite thing about Whole Cake Island was the thing that my favorite thing about Whole Cake Island is the whole pudding and Sanji thing, right? And like that caused for my favorite scenes, both from an emotional standpoint and from a comedy standpoint. And just having that all come together in the way that Oda did it, we've been wanting to find out what the last request was after 896, and then in this chapter we got to find out what it was, but it wasn't given to us. Like, you had to search it out and seek it. And the way the panels were laid out, and just the emotions, man, whenever you realized that Pudding had to do all this, bro, and it destroyed you, man. At least it destroyed me because of how much I valued that relationship between these two characters. And getting to see the resolution with everything else, Big Mom going up into like swimwear against everyone. Like you had Jerma, you had Jimbei going under with his crew, going all up against Big Mom. And the conclusion to the arc, man. Then you had Katakuri's flashback with Brule. That was some beautiful stuff as well. and of course the crew finally heading off into Wano country. But as much as I loved a lot of that other stuff and the Katakuri flashback and all that greatness, the Sanji and Pudding stuff is really, really what got to me. Like, let me just go ahead and go to the chapter just because, yo, that one page really, really hit home for me, man. Like, I remember just rereading that, and it didn't. It hit me hard whenever I initially did the reaction, but I remember I wrote a very, very long essay after that chapter in the One Piece Defense Force, this wonderful community that I'm a part of, and I wrote a really, really long essay, paragraph thing, whatever it was. It was just me, writing out my thoughts on the chapter. On that panel, man, and oh yeah, and then Sanji thinking about Pedro as well, bro. I forgot about that scene, and it just the Sanji and Pudding stuff, man. This, like, all of that, just the build up to this page right here. Just that page right there was too much for me, man. It was that. Thank you for everything. The goodbye. Whenever I went back and reread the chapter with soundtracks, I broke me. I was in tears. I cannot lie to you guys. As a man, I can tell you straight up that it hit me hard, bro. It hit me hard. I absolutely love that chapter, man. Just the entire arc was building up to that moment, man. And it's like she continuously kept saying, "Screw that guy," and then fawning over him, with a crazy personality. But coming back in the end, and just seeing, everything that she'd gone through in the arc. I'm telling you, man, it's really hard for me not to put this higher, bro. But it's just everything else on the list was, it was too goat. It was too goat. You know what I'm saying? But 902 is the chapter. That and 895 are the two chapters that I can't wait to. And then today's episode, of course, are the ones that I can't wait to see the most animated. Just the emotion, man. The way they handle the Sanji and Pudding scenes in the anime is really, really, really nice. So yeah, my 902 comes in here at number 5. God, bro, that chapter, man. So here we are, man. Top 4. This was tough. This was really, really hard. This was hard because I know what my top 2 are and I won't know what my 3 and 4 are. I just didn't know how I wanted to rank them. Yesterday, I had a different top 3. So today, after rereading them, it was tough. It was tough, bro. This could easily have been my favorite, bro. Easily. But after going back and rereading, I had to put in the spot. As much as I love this chapter, I had to think about the impact that the other 3 had on me, man. Coming in at number 4, bro. This is hard, man. Like I said, this is hard. Coming in at number 4 is Instant Messenger Sama greatness, bro. Instant Messenger Sama greatness. The 908 awesome sauce, bro. This right here. This right here, man. 908 is by far one of the craziest chapters that I have ever seen. I mean, it changed the whole game, bro. It's so tough for me because I want to put this higher because of the impact, and I still talk about this chapter to this very day. But, yo. When you have Kuma, you've got Bonnie, and everything that's going down with Kuma, the Celestial Dragons being bastards, Sabo being mad, man, about that entire situation. Then you have the Reverie itself starting. You have the Gorosei coming up in like Summer declaring that something has to, not only going to have this meeting with Nefertari, with Cobra, but they're also going to about to have to do a great cleansing. And you have this spooky page of Shirahoshi, Blackbeard, and Luffy's bounty posters all caught up, bro. And you're like, what is going on? And then this same creature that we saw from 906 is carrying Vivi's poster up the flipping stairs. And you're like, bro, what is going on? And then you have the girls say bow. They bow like they're Neferpitou, Poof, and Yuppie. They bow before the king, man. The empty throne is no more. Imu-sama, instant messenger kun, sits on the throne. And I mean, the entire series, I was like, Luffy versus Akainu is the final fight. And then in one chapter, Oda said, nah. And he said, he did a crossover. He said, whoosh. And then I hit the floor. And in one page, everything that I thought about Endgame One Piece was wrong. Everything that I thought about Endgame One Piece was wrong. This is arguably the most important chapter in the Reverie. Like I said, the only reason why it's not top 3 is because the emotional impact that the top 3 had on me. You know, that's the only reason why, man. It's the only reason why. This chapter was fantastic. This chapter was greatness. This chapter was phenomenal. And it's just, God. How do you end a chapter on the Goro say? Not only that, but how do you end the chapter and the Reverie? For at least for now, on that. How do you end on that note? You know what I'm saying, guys? And it's like, bro, that's such a good chapter, man. And then the Kuma and Bonnie stuff was really good as well. But when I think back to that chapter, I think back to the Reverie. This is one of the first things I think of. And Imu, bro. Im-sama, man. So that comes in here at number 4. So here we are, man. We're going to top 3. I love this next chapter, but when I really thought about it, I said I can't put it above the next 2. It's very, very difficult, bro. Because like these next 2 kept switching 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4 for me, 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4. And actually, right before I got on here, 908 was my number 3. But when I looked at my phone or my computer lock screen, or my computer wallpaper, which if you guys in Discord, you already know what the chapter is. My computer wallpaper is Wano. My computer wallpaper is the greatness of Wano, man. So coming in at number 3 is chapter 909. 909, man. This was really, really hard. This was really, really hard. Because I've been waiting to see Wano for so long, bro. So long. Yeah, I see Hassan saying it, bro. Zoro Judo! Yo, Zoro Judo greatness, man. I mean, wow. Wow, bro. I mean, what more can I say, bro? Like, you get to see Marco. You get to see Marco, the Phoenix, talking about Whitebeard's past. And, you know, it takes you back a little bit, bro. Like the soul, it hurts. Marco, man. And such a beautiful chapter, bro. Right there at the beginning, starting off with that. And then we transitioned from that. And I had no idea what was coming next, bro. When I switched the page and I saw Wano, there's just something about not knowing what comes next and being treated to something you've been waiting for so many years to see. Because Oda could have easily built it up to where we're about to see Wano on the final page of the chapter. But I think the artistic decision to put it right in the middle of the chapter, going from, oh, you think you're getting Marco? And just showing Wano right there. I mean, I stared at that panel for a good, 10 minutes, man. It's Wano, bro. Like, speculating all these years on YouTube, going into comments, going into forums, and just talking about how is Wano going to look like, what is going to happen on that arc, everything. You know, but going all the way back to Fishman Island, man. I remember going on comments and seeing all this stuff, and, you know, we're like, yeah, man, I can't wait to go to Wano. And then that theory was pushed heavily during Punk Hazard. We're like, yeah, we're definitely going to Wano. We're going to take out Kaido. And it was pushed even further after we met Kinemon. We're like, okay, yeah, we're definitely going to Wano. And just, you know, going all the way back to Thriller Bark, bro, because that's when I first started reading the manga. And, you know, knowing that Oda was building that all up from Ryuma and Gecko Moria and the Cursed Blades and Kaido, all the way up from there up until now, man, and actually getting to see Wano with my own two eyes is one of my favorite moments of all of my years of reading One Piece Weekly, man. It's just it was huge for me. And then right after that, we get to see the goats. Frankie, Usopp, Robin, and mother flippin' Zoro, bro. All doing their thing. But that final panel of this chapter is still my phone lock screen. It is a colored version of Zoro Judo poning with a seppuku blade, bro. And just the fact that Oda immediately he said, "This is Zoro's arc right there, right there." He said, "This is Zoro's arc." I mean, right off the bat, because I mean, and when I say that, it's all the Straw Hats arc because all the Straw Hats are gonna get their shine. Of course, like Luffy's gonna get. I mean, everyone's gonna get their shine in this arc, but we all know that Zoro's gonna get a massive time to shine in this arc. Zoro's Bankai, the Decade of Zoro, and it was so good, man. Just the three things of seeing Marco again post time skip, getting Whitebeard's past in the entire thing, actually seeing Wano with my two eyes, and seeing the Straw Hats after 2 years, and having them all doing their thing, like finding out that Robin is doing all that stuff that she feels very uncomfortable with just to get into that where the Shogun is. And then you have Usopp out here as the dude from the OxyClean commercials, man. I mean, he's going in, bro. The OxyClean greatness, dog. So Usopp with his salesman awesome sauce. My boy Frankie was going in with dude from the SBS Volume 7, man. And I'm like, yo, man, Oitomo greatness, you know? And then but the final chapter, bro, or the final page of that Zoro awesome sauce, man. Great chapter. 909 was legendary, man. And that's why it comes in here number 3, yo. So here we are, yo, top two. Top two. Now, before I go into top two, I want to see a thing right quick of all of your top 2 favorite One Piece chapters of the year. I'll wait like 30 seconds before I go into top 2. But I really want to see what your guys' top 2 favorite chapters of the year are. Because yes, it is that Zara. It is that. It is definitely the versus match of those two. No question. No question. By the way, I had depression for 2 years. News about One Piece and Kingdom were my last escape from all the darkness. Overwhelming. Thanks a lot. Yo, Jamal, man, thanks a lot for thanks a lot for the confidence in me to share that with us here on stream, bro. I really am glad that my videos were able to help you positively, man. And series going as good as they are right now with Kingdom and One Piece. I really am glad that you were able to find an escape through the medium of manga and also in the videos, man. So I really do appreciate you sharing that with me. So here we go. Okay, so we've got, okay, I see, yep, I see, okay, all right, I see it, all right, cool. Yesterday I had a different number 1, man. Yesterday I had a different number 1, bro. Yesterday my number 1 was my number 2. But I read a comment on that Black Ops 4 stream that when I went back and I reread a certain chapter, I said I had to put this as my number 1. I had to put this as my number 1. So coming in number 2, this was my favorite chapter of not only the year, but one of my favorite chapters in the whole series. It's definitely a top 10 chapter, no question. Both of these are. Both, no, 2 and 1. This chapter, it was really hard for me to pick, man. Really, really hard. But number 1 edges it up a little bit. Coming in at number 2, which was my number 1 up until yesterday, is chapter 903, entitled The Fifth Flipping Emperor, bro. That chapter right there, I had been waiting for the entire series to see a chapter where the clout would all encompass at once. Seeing Kobe again, and in the very same chapter, you realize how amazing this entire journey was, bro. You realize how important this entire journey was and how incredible this entire journey has been up until this point. That chapter was so good. I went back and I reread chapter 903. That's how good the chapter was. I went back and I reread chapter 903. Or not 903, I'm sorry, volume 1. I went back and I took volume 1 and I reread it. Just to reread Kobe and Luffy's story and Romance Dawn. Just to see how incredible and how amazing this adventure has been up until this point. Guys, when you have Sanji getting his raid suit, Nami getting Zeus, Big News Morgan's declaring that Luffy is the 5th Emperor of the Sea, Crocodile, all 4 emperors on one page, and Luffy having a 1.5 billion berry bounty, Kobe returning. It's just, it was it's everything I wanted out of a post chapter, out of a post arc chapter. It truly is the GOAT, man. It's insane. 903, bro. 903. Seeing when Shanks said, I was like, it's about time, bro. It's almost time, Luffy, bro. I mean, just seeing Shanks again post time skip, bro, I almost broke my camera. I really did, because I was like, yo, out of all the people that it's going to reveal this bounty in the same page, Oda decided to put Shanks. Of all people. The man who started his adventure, right? Shanks. And Flip. Shanks and flipping Luffy, bro. 1.5 billion. Luffy's a 5th emperor. And it just allows you to look back on the entire series up until this point. I just, looking back on the entire series up until that point and realizing we're hitting endgame. Like, Luffy's about to be an emperor. For so many years, I saw that as a far thing. And when they called him the 5th emperor, when you have all of the emperors acknowledging Luffy, and when Shanks said that, and the poster was next to it, the reason why I got so emotional is because I said, One Piece will end someday. Because up until that point, you know, you had seen the end of One Piece, something so far. But, God, man, seeing all 4 of the emperors. I mean, 3 of them were acknowledging them in their own ways. Like Blackbeard's calling him, saying, you ain't ready for this, what's wrong with you? Kaido's gonna say he's gonna whoop him, and Big Mom, you know, she wants revenge. But seeing Shanks say that was incredible. It's almost time for us to meet, man. And that was all in 1 page, bro. 1 page! That was the best page in the series until I read what came in number 1. Or, not the series, the best page of this year until I saw what 907 was. But yeah, Fake News Morgan's the GOAT, man. The big news! And, just seeing, it was greatness, man. 903 is a legendary chapter. But here we are at number 1, man. That chapter showed us how attached we are to the best manga in history. That's facts. That's facts, man. That chapter really did show me how attached I am to these characters. But now let's go on to number 1, man. I'm gonna pull up this chapter on the thing, because I wanna go through it. I wanna skim through it. Because I think in all of my years of reading this series, from the first page up until the last page, I think that there was just a plan the Lord set out that day that I had to read the chapter before I went to work, because I thought about nothing else but this chapter. This chapter was so good, I did my first ever live Recon piece after I read it. The chapter was so godly that my brain melted for the whole weekend. This chapter was so godly that every single time that I see my cousin, we just say to each other, Shanks. You know, usually we shake hands, but now instead of shaking hands, we just say Shanks. That's it. Coming in at number 1, man, is the craziest post-time skip chapter to me in One Piece, man. Chapter 907, bro. When you start a chapter with Kaido and Big Mom, when you start a chapter with Kaido and Big Mom having a meeting of clouds on an open airwave. On an open wave. What? And they're talking about the king, bro. Big Mom has a knife straight through the flipping thing, dog. And then this man Kaido tells her, if you come here, I'm gonna kill you, Lin Lin. And then she says, let's get along just like the old days, bro. And I'm like, what? So immediately implied right there that either they're teaming up very soon or they're gonna fight. Big Mom versus Kaido, or Big Mom and Kaido coming together. And I'm like, oh god, I can't handle this. I can't handle this. I can't handle two Yonko in one arc, bro. And then we get to see new Marineford, bro. And y'all know me, I'm an Akainu tard, bro. I love Akainu, man. But when you have this man Borsalino say, in the midst of all the Marines saying, yeah, the communications are open. It's Big Mom and Kaido. They're talking about Luffy on an open line. Kizaru said, who gives a flying flag, Nar? Shall I go? Shall I go? you put me in the starting lineup. This man says, shall I go, Sakazuki, bro? And I'm like, and then in the midst of all this man Akainu proceeds to say, we have no idea how strong the Wano country forces are. Those samurai. Like, bro, Kizaru, we gotta relax. We gotta relax. We don't know how strong the Wano samurai are. We don't know how strong they are, bro. I mean, it was amazing from for both characters. It was amazing for Kizaru because it just showed me that Kizaru really does fear no man. And I go back to the Weevil chapter. Whenever it seemed like Kizaru was actually taking Weevil seriously. And I was like, yo, how seriously did they take Weevil in that chapter? And then you see him right here, like two Yonkos, like, who cares? And I'm like, dang, bro. Like, because back whenever I read the Weevil chapter, I was like, man, knowing Kizaru, he wouldn't care. Like, he walked all up into Rayleigh in his grill. And then, no. This is the Kizaru that I know, bro. It's saying, to Yonko, let me go in. But then it was great for Akainu as well, because we see Akainu as this, we see Sakazuki as this main, like, all ruthless ruler that is going to send all of his men to die for the cause. But no. He's actually looking out for his men, bro. He's like, no, man, relax. We have no idea how strong these strong the Wano country forces are. So let's chill, put out some recon, and we'll see what happens after that. And that was fantastic. That was great for me to know more about Akainu as a person and how he has grown into this leadership role. And I really like that. And then after that, bro, you get... Now, this is what I was talking about. 903 was my favorite 903 was my favorite chapter of the year until I read a comment yesterday. And this comment was about an interview that Oda had. And shout out to Haris. Haris was the one that posted it. But an interview that Oda had with I think it was the One Piece 28th log. The One Piece 28th log. And I'm going to read this to you guys just in case if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to show y'all right now. When I read this comment right here, and I went back and I reread 907, I said, yeah. Because this right here was posted January 25th. We were still in Luffy versus Katakuri. Alright? Right here in the interview, it states, I'm gonna read it out to y'all. Question: which characters would you like to go into detail about if you had enough time? Oda says, well, there is a helpful means named cover story in One Piece for that purpose. Anyway, there remain some characters I want to go into detail. It would be interesting to focus on Marines. I can come up with a magnificent story about Garp. I'd like to draw some relationship and talks between him and Akainu, Aokiji, Smoker, Hina, Kobe, who joined Marines one after another, Cypherpole, and Roger. And then, he says, it would also be interesting if I focus on Revolutionary Army, mainly Dragon. Why do they intend to make revolution? With what belief? How do they meet? The story about Luffy's birth would be interesting. Some of those stories would be serious. All of those stories about their lives lead to Luffy. Okay, I'll draw Luffy. And when I read that interview and I went back and I read 907, I was like, this guy had rocks in mind this entire time. The living legend. What he was talking about. Oh, Flagners, I hurt my foot. Oh, I don't care because I'm One Piece, baby. My ankle may be broken, but they were already shattered by Oda. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, like seriously, you take that into consideration that this man already had in mind the rocks. And he had all of that ready to tell. A magnificent story about Garp, guys. You know how hype I am for that? I love Garp, bro. I cannot wait to find out what this magnificent story about Garp is. And what this magnificent story is about just everything that happened with rocks in general. You know, how Garp became the hero. This is all before Roger, bro. Pre-Roger! So I'm hyped for that, man. Whenever that starts going down, that's gonna be crazy, bro. And just rocks hype, seeing Hina again. You're hailed the hero of the Marines because of... We're talking about rocks, huh? Yo, man, 40 years ago, even though they lost their captain, their power's still growing. Hina's worried, and then this man Scarp says there's no use worrying about it. Although it'd be a real threat if they were to make a comeback, it'd be an incident too far beyond our imaginations for us to do anything, bro. And Garp is excited, dog. He is excited. And then after the Rocks hype, we get to see the empty throne, bro. And this is huge. Huge. Because it just shows you how sick these individuals are, especially after chapter 908. Empty throne hype, man. There's no single king of this world. Of course there is. And the symbols of the creator of this world, man. And it just, this thing by itself looks like it's pointing up into space. And it's just all the implications, the theories you could make from this one empty throne panel. You know that Steady wants to sit on it, and he probably is going to sit on it. And then, bro, after that, we have Robert D. Lucci, bro. Robert D. Lucci. And you're like, bro, he comes up in like swimwear with Stussy, Kaku, and who I still believe is another member of O'Hara. I still believe that one masked CP0 agent is a member of O'Hara. And you have Lucci come up in there saying, "Hey, if somebody's trying to try one of these gods, man, y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax." You know what I'm saying? So this man Lucci, I mean, delivering promos up the wazoo, man. And you have Vivi. Yo, I love this panel right here because Vivi was standing up to Lucci, bro. I was like, yo, Neptune was this close from punching Charlos, bro. And then Fishman Island comes full circle. The flashback comes full circle. And it is one of the most beautiful moments, man. We get to see this man, Don Quixote Mijosgard. I believe that's how you say it. Mijosgard. He comes up in the, like, swimwear, man. And I was just so shook by the fact that this man Oda went as far back as the Fishman Island flashback to bring back one of those celestial dragons to show that there are good in them, man. And to show that the story is important. The story does mean something. The story, there are things that happen that cause other things to happen. And like, it was just one thing that was so clear that probably in Oda's mind, he's like, everybody in the community knows this. But no, I didn't even think about it. And I'm like, God, bro. God. The Celestial Dragon that got stranded in the Ryu Kingdom, bro. And he helped the now deceased Queen Otohime opened my boy's eyes. And then that same double page spread. This is the best panel post time skip for me in One Piece. It's hard because 598 is still my favorite post time skip chapter. It's between this and 598. It's my favorite post time skip. I think 598 is my favorite chapter on One Piece anyway. But like it's just this panel, bro. You have a double page spread of this man Mijosgard. And the emotions. And then, like, as if you were looking at something from right here to over here. You see this, you see. And then you look over here and you see the Gorosei's room. Alright, yeah, you see the Gorosei's room. You see a hooded figure. You see the Gorosei telling a random, leave the room, the big boys are talking. And on the bottom of the page, you have what is to me the craziest, most ridiculous panel, arguably maybe even the series. This man Shanks is in a hooded cloak in the Gorosei's room and he wants to talk about a certain pirate. And they're only allowing it because it's mother flipping Shanks, bro. And I'm like, bro, this man has the most clout I have ever seen. This chapter actually was so goat. This moment right here was so crazy that I forgot to put on the Santa hat. I never forget to put on the Santa hat. Never! When it's a godly chapter of One Piece, I always put on the Santa hat. Later on that day while I was at work, or whenever I came home from work, and I read a comment, and it said, was this chapter not Santa hat level? I said, this chapter was beyond Santa hat level. I forgot to put it on. My brain melted. I couldn't focus. The entire day, I was making theories in my head. What is Shanks? What is he going to talk about? Who is he talking about? Does he have that much clout? Is he evil? What's going on? And in my head, I'm mixing theories, going in. And I'm like, bro, not only was this chapter amazing for everything that I just put in, all the stuff, everything you ever wanted in One Piece chapter was in this chapter. Not only that, man. I'm sweating just thinking about it, bro. I feel like I'm preaching here, man. I'm sweating, bro. I feel like I need a flipping. Where's? Let me get my Black Ops 4 thing, bro. I think I'm preaching out here, dog. I'm out here sweating, son. And this chapter was so hype and so legendary that it just has to be the #1 chapter of the year for me, man. It's arguably one of the best chapters in the entire series. Period. Period, bar none. Bar none, man. I wish I had Towel-sama. I wish I had King of Lightning's towel, man. You know, I really want to get in a call with King, with Zoro, with Jordy and Laz and Dustin, Brago, just like to get us all in a call to talk about the greatness that has happened this year, bro. Like, I feel like we need to have a call like that, man, and talk about how legendary 2018 has been for One Piece thus far, bro. Like, and it's not even over. It's not. Yeah, my boy Matt B as well, dog, and like, and it's not even over, bro. The year has not ended. We've had, listen, it was really hard for me to make this list. All the chapters I just said came out in 1 year. And when I say 1 year, from January until now, we're not even at the end of August. But 907, you can make theories on this chapter for years. And that's what makes it so good, man. This is the epitome. 907 and 903 are the epitome of the weekly One Piece experience. 903 and following the series for as long as you have and getting that post boss fight level up that you've been waiting for. But 907 is the ultimate. You're reading One Piece Weekly, here you go. You know, discuss and talk to your heart's content. My freaking camera's at 20% already. Because I recorded Kingdom before this, and Kingdom was a pretty long video. Oh, man, dude. What an amazing year it's been for One Piece this far, man. What an amazing year it's been. I remember thinking 2016, I remember OVE says, man, I remember 2016 thinking how far away Wano was going to be, and now we're here. Exactly, bro. Exactly. We're here. We're here, bro. And it's incredible, man. I'm grateful to Doflamingo, Cracker, and Category for leveling the king up. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a straight up shoot, man. And it's crazy because there was so many good chapters that there's some other chapters I wish I could have included on this list. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Zypher, what's good, bro? 2019 and Wano's gonna be some heat, no question. No question, man. And 3 chapters later, top 10 chapters thus far, but part 2. For real. Like, and I could have easily put 912, freaking 905. I really want to put 905. 905 is like my 11. I wanted to put 896. I wanted to put 894. I wanted to put 900. Like, there was a lot of chapters this year that I could not put on this list. And I was like, bro, like, I want these chapters on the list, man. Like, 896 was so good. 900, the way that Oda portrayed that entire thing with Big Mom was spooky. I'd never seen something like that. I was like, yo, this is crazy, man. This junk has me more horrified than almost every horror manga I've ever read. Like, I still say that the number one thing that spooked me in all of my years of reading manga is 20th Century Boys. But number 2 has got to go to either M-sama or that Big Mom panel. Because that was spooked, dog. I was like, what is this, bro? Who draws this? Flipping Oda, man. Oda must have been watching some horror films before he got on post Whole Cake into Reverie, man. Because he was drawing some spooky stuff, dog. 20th Century Boys are getting on that one day. Yeah, man, you do, bro. 20th Century Boys is a fantastic series, and it's a great binge read. I read it in 3 days. Don't remind me of that Big Mom. Yeah, dude, that Big Mom panel was spooky, bro. That entire freaking chapter was spooky, dog. Terror Sandwich's stand was scary too. Terror Sandwich's, yo. 900 was really scary. But yeah, bro, the Pet Cemetery, Hassan, bro, the Pet Cemetery. Quran Brown, man, what's good, bro? What's good, man? Yo, I really want to thank all y'all for stopping by, dog. I never do videos like this on a Saturday, but because I had today off, I decided to record Kingdom, and I really had this video in mind since yesterday, so I want to come on here and talk about One Piece, man. So I was like, if yesterday's a Recon's piece, today's just gonna be a regular video. Today's just gonna be a regular. Let's talk about our top 10 favorite One Piece chapters, man, of the year. And yeah, man, but I'm gonna get going soon because I gotta go get food for the family and whatnot. Yo, Lester McKay, what's good? I'm just annoyed that I didn't get here earlier. And notifications have been ridiculous on YouTube. It's ridiculous. Let me see. Like I remember somebody telling me yesterday that they didn't receive the notification that I uploaded just at all. I was like, hey, shout out to YouTube, bro, for always failing the boy. Hazy, yo, it's 4 a.m. for Hazy. Yo, shout out to Hazy. Hazy's about to be cooking pancakes, and it's still out here watching, man. I really do appreciate the support, Hazy, yo. Yeah, but the Recon's piece was good too. I appreciate that Sage, man. Yeah, Sage, bro. That Recon's piece yesterday was a lot of fun, man. We were, like, if you guys thought I was hype here, well, I clearly I was hype talking about my favorite chapters of the year. But yesterday, when I was first saw the interview that I was reading off earlier, I mean, I lost my sanity, bro. Like, I was in the middle of playing Black Ops 4. I put the controller down and I had to go prone. I didn't even care that I died like 50 times. I was just so caught off guard by that interview, man. I was like, what? Luffy's birth? Let's go. Yeah, other than the one-shots, dude, I was getting pwned by the one-shots, man. 907 off tops. Yeah, Quran Brown, that was my number 1. I put 907. I was actually, now that you guys are here, let me go ahead and reread the top 10 list before I get off here. So my top 10 for the year so far, I had 904 at number 10, 911 at number 9, 893 at number 8, 906 at number 7, 895 at number 6, 902 at number 5, 909 at number 4, 908, 908 at number 4. And see, even before I got on here, I had 909 at number 4 and 908 at number 3. And I switched them because I was like, yo, because I have an arrow right there. I have an arrow that legit says, look, you guys can see it, bro, right here. Okay, no, it's not broken. Look, I have an arrow right there. Look, it says I'm switching 908 with 909. Because before I got on here, I was like, all right, after by rereading, I was like, okay, 909 is going to 908 spot. So I had 908 was number 4, 909 was number 3, 903 was number 2, and number 1 is 907. Great stuff, yo. Let me see. 900 is a chapter that will be so much better than the anime. I agree, DSR anime. I completely agree. Black Ops 4 some heat. It is Zypher, man. It pisses me off because I keep getting one-shotted by snipers and my bolt-talk pistols, but it's good. Recon, and they have the dream team for the anime as well. They have all the best directors for the whole month. The anime is going to get better and better. Too much hype. And I felt like the anime has been going in general. Like, I can't wait for tonight's episode, man. I might be back for a review tonight for that episode, bro. I really might be, man, because tonight's episode is going to be really, really good. and I can't wait for it. It's gonna be greatness, and I'm caught up to the anime now. Again, yo, that Red Hawk was nasty, bro. Y'all weren't lying. That Red Hawk was thick. So I'm looking forward to tonight's episode. Really can't wait for that. But yeah, the anime has been going in from an art standpoint. Now its animation game is about to go top tier, right? And then in this month we have the best directors working on the anime itself, but then we also have the episode of Skypiea, bro. The episode of Skypiea, and I'm like, yo. Anyone know how many chapters we've gotten so far this year? From 891 up until 913. So we've gotten around 22 chapters, right? 22 chapters from 891. Yeah, 22 chapters. So yo, can you believe that? This year's been godly. We've got 22 chapters, bro. Woo! Amazing. Wow, from 891 to 901 was only 10 chapters. From 901 to 911 was another 20. Yo, that's madness, bro. Oda's been on a roll. Let me see. Yeah, this episode's gonna debut Roger's new VA. I can't wait for that, man. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be sick. Pedospito was the MVP of last episode. Yeah, Pedospito was hilarious. I can't even lie. Pedospito was really, really funny. 2018 is crushing what 2017 was. Please, Oda, when the time comes, make chapter 1000 the most insane, awesome, hot chapter of all time. I really do believe that 1000 is going to be insane. I think it's going to be madness. I think 1000 is going to might be one of the craziest chapters in the whole series. Because it's chapter 1000, you know? Like, I know Oda in his mind has something crazy planned for that. As of right now, the chapter I'm looking forward to the most is whenever all the Straw Hats get back together and do their walk. I'm still hanging on to that comment by Alley Cat. That walk is gonna be godly, bro. I named it my Discord after that. You know, the walk to the Shogun's castle. That's how legendary that comment was. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for the anime. Episode of Skypiea is gonna be goat. I was planning originally to react to the episode of Skypiea, but instead I'm getting my cousin together, my brother, because my brother and my cousin both of their favorite arcs are Skypiea. So I'm gonna get Kevin. I'm gonna get my cousin Adrian, myself. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch the Skypiea special. You know, and then I'll come back and I'll do a discussion about the Skypiea thing on the channel, and we'll talk about that. So I'll watch it by myself, and then I'll come on here and I'll talk about the special. I'm going to assume it's only gonna cover Skypiea. It's not gonna cover Jaya. So or it could cover Jaya in like the intro credits, unless they want to do the knock-up stream as the intro credits. I can also see that. So like the knock-up stream has like We Are Hope playing, and then whenever we go into the actual Skypiea, like the music will stop after the knock-up stream. Unless they want to do We Are, I wouldn't mind We Are once again, the knock-up stream. That'll be nice. But so yeah, I'll watch that with them, and then I'll come and I'll do the same thing I did for all the other specials and the movies, and I'll come in here and I'll deliver a video to you guys. Which, by the way, now that I have a lot of One Piece fans in here, yesterday I talked about this in the Recon piece for the Black Ops. Well, I was playing Black Ops 4. From here up until the next One Piece movie comes out. I'm planning on doing One Piece movie and special discussion/reviews for it, because I want to go back and rewatch every single one of the movies and specials. The ones that I already have on this channel, because I reviewed a lot of them on the old channel, but I'll do them again. So on this channel, I think the only ones I've done are like the ones that have come out recently. So this time around, though, I want to get around to reviewing every movie and every special by the time the next movie comes out. So, like, who knows? The next movie can come out in 2020, but what I'm saying is my mind is on that mentality where I want to do reviews to the movies, you know? So I'm really excited for that. Con recently watched Film Z. Yeah, I know. I want to watch it with him, man. I love Film Z. I can't wait to watch that alongside him with his reaction. That'll be really nice. It's really cool how he decided to watch Film Z though, because I initially thought that he was gonna watch Strong World, then Z, then Gold. No, he watched Z right off the bat. Strong World has a really, really special place in my heart. But we'll talk about it. Because I was originally gonna make a top favorite movies list for One Piece. What I might do, actually, I might do a current, what my personal current favorite top 5 favorite One Piece movies are and specials, and then I'll go rewatch and review every single one of the movies and specials, And after I do all that, I'll come back and I'll do an updated list after rewatched. I think that sounds like a good plan. I think I'll probably end up doing that. That'll take place within the course of the next year. Because I still don't know how I want to do it, and Shueisha has been striking everyone down for using images and footage and all that stuff, so I don't know how I want to do these reviews. But we'll see how we do it, man. It'll be a lot of fun. But anyways, guys, I gotta get going. Thanks a lot to every single person who stopped by, yo. He's gonna watch film 6, Strong World and Gold? I love film 6 so much, bro. Like I said before, Strong World is a really special place in my heart. And Gold, that was the first One Piece movie I ever watched in the theaters. But 6 is my heart, bro. I love 6. When is a good time for a top 10 or top 20 chapters of all time? I was thinking about doing that when chapter 1000 came out. But that might be too far. That might be too far from here, bro. Who knows? I might have to do a top 10 or top 20 favorite chapters of all time soon. I was waiting until 1000 came out for One Piece, though, to do that. It's like a 1000 special. But who knows, man? One week, like, One Piece will be on break, and I'll be like, let's talk about our top 10, top 20 favorite chapters of all time in One Piece. It's just gonna be really, really hard. You know what I'm saying? But can we make it a rule to pick one for each 100? Oh, that actually sounds like a good rule. Yeah, that sounds like a good rule, especially whenever we get to 1000s. That sounds like a pretty good rule to instill, because if not, it's gonna be really difficult when I get chapters like this, like 907, 903, or when I go back to Enies lobby and I have to choose. Oh man, bro, whenever I get to the 400s and I have to choose, bro. And the 500s having to choose, oh man, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be really, really difficult. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But anyways, I hope all of you have an awesome sauce of a day. Kingdom is currently up on the channel for a reaction. This will probably be going up soon after that, or this after that, and then later on tonight, I'm gonna spend probably the rest of the day with my family. And then tomorrow I'll try to come back with some Gintama or some My Hero Academia. If not, then I'll just switch to do Gintama My Hero as doubles for next chapter. I really can't wait to read both. And then I need to catch up with the Gintama anime. But I might be back later tonight with a video for the One Piece anime. And if I do come back with another chapter, that's because I had more free time. But I definitely can't wait to watch this One Piece anime episode. It's going to be GOAT. But I'll see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. This is so much fun to record, bro. And I just did it all on the whim, man. Holy crap, I'm at 10%. But I'll see y'all next time. Thanks a lot for everybody for stopping by. It was such a GOAT time, man. Talking about our top 10 favorite One Piece chapters of the year. And I'll see y'all, if you guys only watching for One Piece, if I don't do a video tonight for the episode, then I'll see y'all next Friday for another chapter in the best-selling manga in history. I'll see y'all next time, man.